I'm back again, and today I'm going to talk about sex and the relationship bin, and we're going to take a tongue-in-cheek look at the relationship bin, which is where we possibly have been put when someone wants to walk away. And what I want to emphasize today, because as you know, I like to help to make you all safe and very happy, and to get you to be all tooled up on the relationship and dating mark, because as you know, we need to have our relationship toolbox with us so that we remain safe and happy in the process. Today I want to talk about the relationship bin, because I think there's a lot of fear around us being placed in the relationship bin, and possibly being afraid that, if I'm rejected and this person doesn't want me, then I'm no good or whatever, But that's not always the case. Sometimes we're placed in the relationship bin for reasons that we may not have considered. So I want to talk about that with regards to sex today. And sometimes people want us to fall in line with their agenda. Something we need to know about if we're going on a dating mark, and to be able to have an agenda of our own, which is to stay safe and happy, of course, all the way through the process, and not to just throw ourselves away on the dating scene or in our relationships at all. And often our fear of being put in the relationship bin can make us want to compromise ourselves and to give bits of ourselves away, especially in the sexual department. And as sophisticates, we don't do that. We don't compromise ourselves, especially our sexuality, because it's very precious. Instead, we allow the person, if need be, to pop us in the relationship bin, whilst we allow ourselves to look at why that might have happened. So here's some tips as to why we might be placed in the relationship bin, especially as far as sex is concerned. As I said, some people like to have their own way. They like to set their own agenda, and they like other people to fall in alignment with that. If we have a strong sense of self and we respect ourselves, we don't need to do that. We don't need to compromise ourselves. We can stay focused on our safety and our happiness, and if need be, allow ourselves to be put in the relationship bin. If we do not come in alignment with someone's agenda sexually, sometimes they will threaten to put us in the relationship bin and to go off and find someone else, which, of course, we can allow that to happen because we're maintaining our integrity. We love ourselves, and we won't be manipulated by someone wanting to place us in the bin in order to manipulate us, to get us to do what they want us to do sexually. We say bye-bye and we allow them to go, because it's not all bad being placed in the relationship bin. And when we have our standards in place, we've set the bar high, we're ready to step up to the plate for ourselves and say, no, I don't care whether you're going to put me in the relationship bin or not. I'm going to walk. And therefore, when we are faced with a situation in future where someone is threatening to throw us in the relationship bin for whatever reason, then we can allow them to do that. That's their prerogative after all. And we can still maintain high self-esteem and confidence, because we know that if someone is asking us to compromise our sexuality in order to get their own way, we're not going to allow that to happen, because if we do that, then we can potentially groom ourselves to do that again in the future. Another reason why someone might want to put us in a relationship then is because they don't really know us. They've not really taken the time to get to know us, and they've made some sort of judgments about us not being good enough, which may not be the case at all, because as we know, we are valuable and worthy, and we are never not good enough in that case. And so someone may place us in the relationship bin unwittingly, and they may at some later point have realised what they've done, and may even come back and try and drag us out of the bin, by which time we may have realised what the game was and decided that no, they weren't really worth pursuing anyway, and that it was a good thing that they placed us in the relationship bin. And another reason why someone may have placed us in the relationship bin is because they have met someone else. And we all know how painful that can be, potentially, until we realise that someone who doesn't realise our value and is unable to see who is before them may not have been worth having anyway, because we want to meet someone who is able to recognise a high calibre person when they see it, and not someone who makes snap judgments and throws people in the relationship bin willy-nilly. And so as far as our sexuality is concerned, it's probably not a good idea to be frightened into doing things sexually just because we do not want to be thrown in that relationship bin. Because, let's face it, we need to value our life and ourselves and our sexuality in particular, and not allow someone else to frighten us into compromising our sexuality. Because, as always, we need to remain safe and very happy. As always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.